Hey, so what's going on, y'all, and welcome to the channel. So I recently picked up this DJI Flip to add to my growing inventory of drones. So me and my family, we like to do a lot of outdoorsy stuff. My wife and I, we like to ride motorcycles, and I like to capture aerial videos and photography of all of our endeavors, motorcycle rides, outdoorsy activities, you name it. So I tried to do that with the DJI Neo that I picked up several months ago. And while it does get the job done, the image quality on it ain't the best. I thought about sending it back because the Flip came out shortly after I purchased it, but I do enjoy flying the Neo in FPV mode because I got the goggles and the RC motion controller. So I kept it for that purpose, but again, I wanted something that has a better camera, better image quality. And if you know anything about drones, you probably know that the Flip shares the same camera as the Mini 4 Pro, leaps and bounds ahead of what's on the Neo. Now, I'm not here to talk about any tech specs or anything like that. There's plenty of videos out there to talk about that stuff. But what I am here to do is provide y'all a head-to-head of how well these things track motorcycles, because I haven't been able to find too many videos out there about how well these things track motorcycles. So I did a test with the Neo several months back, but it was a bit windy out and I was only able to track at about 15 to 17 miles an hour. I haven't tried it again since then. Well, now that I picked up this Flip, it gives me a reason to go back out there and put it to the test. So anyway, enough talking. Let's get these things out there and see what they can do. So we started out good, but shortly after, the Flip seemed a bit sluggish. It did eventually catch up to me, and it was able to maintain about 20 to 25 miles an hour without falling back too far. Now, I do want to caution you guys, if you're doing something like this out on the open road, just make sure to be safe, make sure there's no oncoming traffic or other traffic behind you, because of course you don't want to lose your drone. Now, I'm not sure why it abruptly stopped right there. There were no branches or leaves hanging out over the street, but it did pick up and continue on after. So next up is Neo. And Neo did a lot better job of tracking from the rear than it did last time. One thing I do want to note is there was hardly any wind out, so the slightest bit of wind will cause the Neo to go all over the place and not properly track. So I'm pretty sure that couple that I just rode by, they were probably wondering what that high-pitched sound from the blades was. So I'm still tracking with Neo right here, but the footage is sped up slightly. I was doing about 15 to 20 miles an hour, and I could see the Neo falling behind at around 17 miles an hour. It still did a good job, but obviously the Flip was a bit faster in that it was able to keep up between 20 to 25 miles an hour. Now, both of these drones were set at high and far, and again, I feel like this is adequate to get the job done as far as following. Of course, if you want to track at a higher speed, then you'll have to step your game up and purchase something like a Mini 4 Pro or Air 3S, something that's capable of tracking at higher speeds. So right here, I'm using the spotlight mode on the Flip. And this can really come in handy if you want to capture yourself doing slow speed maneuvers. So now I'm just having fun with the Flip. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but the image quality is so much better than the camera on the Neo. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, and yeah, until the next one.